Hello, welcome to Diaries of a GhostEO. Who are you?
I'm Sarah. Hello.
Okay. First
What?
time caller?
No.
Oh, okay.
When was it called? Diary of a GhostEO? Is this you have a separate series?
Yeah, it's when you're on.
Oh, okay. Why would it be called that when I'm on?
Well, it's my interview session. You've been the only interviewed UE so far.
Oh, it's that guy. The CEO guy.
Diary of a CEO.
Is that
GhostEO.
is that what he calls his videos when he interviews people? Diary of a CEO. Is that his
I don't
username?
know. Yeah, something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. I've never watched a video by that guy.
Good for you. They're not good.
Anyways, let's go into Ourcraft.
Woo!
Alright, so some people have been complaining about my Vietnam video.
I didn't complain about the Vietnam video.
They've been complaining.
I didn't complain. I just didn't remember what you talked about because you definitely didn't talk about what we did on the trip, right?
No, I did. It was wonderful. Everyone liked it.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, so what did we do? Where am
Okay,
I, anyways?
let me I have actually a list of what we did.
Ooh, bamboo! Bamboo. Alright. This is my old setup, by the way, and I'm probably going to continue with the old setup for a while.
Oh, it looks really nice, the area you're in. Nice
Yeah.
little forest.
I should really make a house. What's this?
I think that when we do this, we should
Coco.
get 2 lavalier mics maybe, and we should test different audio setups. Anyway.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So, what were your initial thoughts on Vietnam?
It was very busy. I think the first thing that okay, I mean, there's a couple of things, right? So one, the immigration is done by the army, right? So, the people checking your passport and everything were in uniform, right?
It's so funny because I feel like I let you do all the trouble stuff, so my brain was so switched off. Like that is just a blank for me. What happened in there?
Okay. Well, anyway, so they're dressed like army people.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I noticed that at the time, but now I don't remember.
Yeah, and because it's a communist country, they have like a very distinctive uniform too, I feel like. You know, it's very green with the red stripes and everything. So that's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
And the second thing is basically the arrival, you're just outside. Like, it's not like it wasn't in the hall. We were just suddenly outside of the airport, and there were an immense amount of people waiting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was very, very busy, but like kind of like it was like a good vibe, right?
It
Like,
was very overwhelming. Like you
was-
walk out of the airport, and it's just so densely packed with people, and everyone's looking for a taxi, and also people were staring at us a lot.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, people were staring at us a lot. And I just felt like so overwhelmed immediately.
Yeah, so anyways, these were the first two things, and then we had already like booked a taxi through our hotel, like we got it for free actually. And so when we got that, like the driving is insane. I did say that before too, but like the guy was constantly honking, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have any chill, but they're all honking all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like I'm here, you better watch out or I'll kill you accidentally.
Yeah.
You know, what a driving situation.
So I wrote my first impression is very loud, right? When you're walking down the street, it's extremely loud. Very scary crossing the road. This is just something you have to adjust with too. But I mean, at the same time, it was scary crossing the road in Italy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when
I
I
could
was
see
in,
that.
when we were in Italy, I was like, God, how do people live like this? You know, you know what I mean?
You were like looking at the town and saying, you live like this bitch? No, what is that? That's
Yeah, this is close
Yeah.
enough.
okay.
No, because in Japan, I feel like the pedestrian is king. You walk around, and most of these small little streets, they are shared with pedestrian and driver. The cars have to go very slowly, and you don't really have to worry constantly about, am I going to get hit by a car?
Because you probably won't.
Yeah. Whereas in Italy, it's like, they might just run you down.
Yeah.
Okay. So then my
They
other thoughts
grind you
were
down.
there was just like a really fun vibe. We were in Ho Chi Minh and it just felt like every night felt like it was like a party or something. And it's not just tourists. Actually, it didn't seem to be many tourists. It seemed to be like young people are outside, they're hanging out, they're like sitting along the river, and do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
there.
it's just like very vibrant and like I don't know, it's just so different to if you go to like London or most European cities lately. A bit of a doom and gloom vibe, right?
Oh yeah, it felt like a definitely a lot more up and coming in a way.
Yeah.
I would say.
Oh, and also I really like there's a lot of trees.
Yeah, that was good. There were,
Yeah, in Tokyo there's just not enough
and also a lot of
trees.
shade because it's very hot, so you
Yeah,
really need that.
yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. So on the first day we went to the War Remnants Museum. What did you think?
I think I did mention this, and yeah, I thought it was very interesting. You know, the war of American aggression. Oh no, I can't see it. Damn.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, the war of American aggression, right?
Yeah.
They did. I told my podcast. Oh, by the way, like we're renaming this place. It's called now the
Yeah.
Mary's podcast and video show.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it's good, right?
No, it's too long.
I think it's pretty good. This is going to be so boring because it's so dark, but I need some.
So the museum was very interesting. What the one thing that stood out to me is the war crimes section. Like people were loving the war crimes section. You know, like you go through and there's the first section you see is about basically protests for Vietnam and the response all across the world. I actually thought it was really interesting. They had like a little section that was just publications by the Japanese Communist Party, and that to me is like, ooh, like Kyo Santo's here, you know what I mean? Like, and then there was just so much, and I didn't expect that Kyo Santo would be like having this little section of just their work.
Well, I mean the German Democratic Republic also had a
Well they had some stuff, but like Kyo Santo's section,
they were knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
The right side of history.
So that area was a lot more quiet, and then you go to the war crimes, and it's just like everyone was like crowding around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually I mean, I know about the war crimes.
Yeah.
I've read about Vietnam before, and it's just a bit too much. I was like, it wasn't really my thing, you know.
Yeah.
It was very depressing, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Because, like, I mean, I guess, like, the thing is also, like, nothing's changed. You get that,
yeah,
right?
that's what I
that's
felt
what
too.
I
I
would feel
felt
like.
so hopeless looking at everything.
Yeah. Like, the US regime has not gotten better. You know, they just, like, stopped fighting Vietnam. But, like, they'll you know, do the next war whenever it's convenient for them, right?
Yeah.
Like this, and we're kind of like pretending like this didn't happen, and this doesn't. I mean, it did actually. Like Iraq, obviously happened. All of these other ones, but it's kind of like it's like memory hold. It was like, but actually, we're the good guys, you know.
Yeah.
And now we're going to spend more on war and on our military. But we're the good guys. No one has to ever fear from us. And it's like, what are you talking about? Have you looked at history? Especially like I'm not saying like China is good or whatever, right? And it's going to be like the nicest people ever or whatever. But they've done a lot fucking less than the US did in the last century, right? I mean, I'm sorry, right? Like the Chinese say like, oh, they've never done any like war of aggression or whatever since this. And that's not quite true because they did invade, like they did go into Vietnam actually. I mean, there's nuance there or whatever, right? But the US definitely way worse. You know?
Yeah.
Like and constantly. Then I feel like now with Trump in, right? Like we're kind of acknowledging it a little bit for a change.
Sorry. Yeah. It just what you said reminded me of this this analyst, this guy talking about the tariffs and how China is going to respond, and he's goes like, China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived, and we will be here another 5,000 years. But it's great. It's a great interview because he's just so sassy and like I want to see. You haven't heard this?
No.
Okay, I think I've heard this like 10 times.
I'm blissfully not on.
The United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care. China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to bully China, we will deal with the situation without the United States. And we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
When you hear Donald Trump say,
I just love how she's
funny.
like, what about the 15%? We don't care. We don't care. Iconic. Anyway. So then we went to Book Street and Turtle Lake.
Book Street.
Yeah. And then a lot of the rest of the trip was looking at the independent designers that I was interested in.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
But you didn't? Did you talk about the cuts and the vibes of these?
You may not believe this, but no, I didn't.
Okay. So I would say, Japanese fashion lately
It's shit. It's shit, honey. They lost it.
Okay. Well, I think that you can often see what's the word?
Garbage.
No.
You look out and you see garbage.
No, but the trends reflect like people's attitudes and what's happening. And in Japan lately, it's been very kind of depressing. There's this style called jiraike. A bunch of my friends wear it. It can be cute, but to me, it's just a little bit too gloomy. And also, it's got this strong association with alcoholism and sex work and mental illness. And also, it's a very dull kind of color. It's like a lot of...
Yeah, I hate the pink.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a lot
God.
of like this very kind of
It's
dull grayish pink.
Yeah, so ugly.
Yeah, and black, and it just doesn't look good on me. Anyways, but
It doesn't look good on
Vietnamese fashion is like more fun. It's more colorful. It's also a lot more revealing than Japanese fashion. Japanese fashion is more about layers and cuteness, and Vietnamese fashion, it's got like a lot of hyper femininity to it, but it's also more I don't know.
Yeah,
Like it's more revealing. Do you know what I mean? It's not so conservative. So I really wanted to see a bunch of these stores, and also Vietnam has like this long history of what's the word? Like tailoring. Basically, a lot of people would get clothes tailored to them and to their exact measurements, and it has a lot of clothing production is done in Vietnam now. So there's
well,
just
famously, Nike is producing almost everything there, right?
yeah. So Vietnam just has this
Talking about tariffs again.
yeah, it's got a lot of seamstresses and a lot of people who are knowledgeable about like manufacturing clothes, and so tons of these tiny brands are popping up in Vietnam that are really high quality and modern, and yeah, I wanted to see much of them, and I was very impressed by the quality.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they had nice clothes.
Yeah. The quality for the price is crazy there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was surprised how cheap everything was.
Yeah.
But not cheap looking.
Like I'm not interested in the cheapest fashion, like what do you call it, like fast fashion, right? Like I feel like there's a certain quality of clothes, like from Shein or whatever, that they're really going for the most minimal they can do, right? Like the least expense they can do. And this, what I mean
What
by,
about the shopping like a billionaire site? What's that
not
called?
Temu.
Temu.
Well, what I mean by it's really good quality is this kind of how do you describe it?
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet.
The brands we saw, right? It's not the cheapest clothes, but for the price you're paying, like if you're
Affordable luxury,
no.
like Coca-Cola.
No. Okay. Yeah, so very impressed by the clothing.
Dark.
And I love the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, love the food.
Maybe what kind of food? Bangers and mash.
What?
What food do you like?
Vietnamese. We're talking about the Vietnam
Yeah, I know.
trip.
I'm aware of this. Like,
Yeah, I love Vietnamese food.
What Vietnamese food did you like?
I know the names of everything I had.
Oh, okay. Me neither.
Yeah.
That was pretty good though. The convenience stores. Yeah, okay. They're pretty good. I think they're better than the South Korean ones. Worse than
Japan, yeah.
Though South Korea has a lot more 0-calorie drinks, which is nice.
Yeah.
Vietnam likes its drinks though.
Yeah, there were so many
drinks.
fancy drinks, like like fruity drinks, or they're really into coconut and like
Oh, it was
tea,
like you could
all
just
the-
have like coconut sometimes.
yeah, and all the different types of like of tea too. You know what I mean? And lattes and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah.
You know, when old people talk about like different cultures and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "So what are these people like?" or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are these people like? I don't really know. We didn't really talk to that many
Yeah. Yeah, people seem nice.
Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
All right. Is that?
I'm trying to think about what I think about it in comparison to Japan.
Hmm.
I mean, Japan's just a lot more rigid and very orderly, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it did feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I did talk about like when we were there. They had like the 50-year anniversary. I mean, it was early, but like the 50-year
yeah, on the roads
since
closed
they
off.
defeated the American aggressor.
Yeah.
And then they had like these road closures. I don't know if they do that more often, if it was just for this. And they had cannons, right? In the night. They were very loud.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'd like war. You know?
Yeah.
This is harkening back to, you know, when they come to draft you, run away.
Yeah.
That's still my advice to everyone. You can run away. And I guess as long as you still have the chance, advocate against war and drafts. Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
that, right? You know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. How many minutes have we done?
18.
I think that's a perfect amount. I feel like
Perfect amount.
this is the kind of good amount of time for a topic to just talk about.
Yeah.
Hey, goodbye.
Goodbye. Stay diary of the GhostEO. Bye.